Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the King's Table podcast, where we get to speak about matters, identity, leadership, and dominion. Ladies and gentlemen, E2026, this is actually our first guest, for those who don't know. Every single video that we've been recording or has been posted is from last year. So, I know you're wondering who is here. I know you're wondering who has joined us today. The conversation today is about matters of the heart and matters of hurt, H-U-R-T and H-E-A-R-T. So, without further ado, I would love to get to introduce her, or her to introduce herself. Hand of applause! Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Hope Kiki. I'm a founder director of Hope Mental Health Foundation. And the reason as to why we are here today is simply to talk about Hope Mental Health Foundation and why Hope Mental Health Foundation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, umesikia hiyo? Hope Mental Health Foundation. Hapa leo watu watalia, so tafadhali get your serviettes and your tissues and your wet wipes ready. Yeah, it's about to go down. Before we even get to start, I think we can recap on how 2025 was, so I can get to ask you a few questions on like just a debrief of how your year was and how it's begun, and even before we get to speak about your foundation and mental health, how have you reflected and how are you grateful? So what is one of your highlights that you experienced last year? Just one highlight, one low point, and one major lesson that you learned from God last year.
One highlight is actually the fact that I'm grateful for everything. The lessons, the hardships, I'm just grateful. Yeah.
Wow.
One low was when I went through mental health, where I was just alone. I had to do it on my own. I had to fight it. Kimimi. Yeah.
You felt what men feel.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So how did you come out of that?
I just had to fight through it because, of course, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie. But what really made me fight through it was the fact that my nephew and niece love me so much.
Wow.
So I had to fight because of them.
Hey, Sissy for us on our side, we 2025 was a very huge year for us. We had a lot of activities, we had a lot of missions. We do missions also. We go to different counties, ministering through creative arts and obviously the word. We finished last year in Malindi.
Wow.
Where we got to experience a lot of people give their lives to Christ. Got to meet new people. Got to meet one of the people that we've been having a lot of conversations with. He's going to be here one of these fine days. He's called Soitabao Olekanchori. He's the former chief agent of ODM. You see, when people are going to elections, kuna kwanga na maloya wanakuanga. Unaona Bomas of Kenya huko penye nini zinaletwanga.
Yes.
There are usually lawyers there on the ground present to make sure everything is running smoothly.
Yeah.
So he was the chief agent of ODM. So I didn't know that. So I was just wondering if we never went to Malindi, I would never have met that dude. Yeah, so all things work out for good. Outside of that, hizi maneno zingine ni vitu za dunia, so you'll get to find out. For this year, one of my major highlights is getting to be selected to be a part of the African Union experience in Ethiopia. So getting to speak on
Congratulations.
leadership tech and AI, which is a really huge experience that I'll be having, because apparently there are going to be presidents there, former presidents, directors, founders, MasterCard Foundation, Akina Bill Gates Foundation. As in, there's the Gates Foundation, MasterCard. There is other foundations that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
There are NGOs there. There are companies, very huge company CEOs will be there. So it's a really amazing opportunity for us to get to pitch even what we are doing in regards to the company that we have. Yeah, so that's just by the way. Yes. So for those who do not know, there's a lot that has been happening in Kenya, and the economy right now is not as per where every single person would desire it to be. But one of the things that we are grateful for is such conversations where we get to actually speak about matters that are concerning the mind and the heart, which the heart is also the mind. And just understanding how to navigate through seasons with or in sound mind. Because if you don't have sound mind and afu upatane na ile season mbaya, my friend. There's a verse in the Bible that God speaks about, once again, I shake the foundations so that I can remove the things that are not supposed to be there, and so that the things that should be there remain. So when your foundations are shaken, what will the righteous do? Yeah, so that's what I'm also experiencing in everything that we are doing, and pushing boundaries and just trying new things. Yeah, so I would love to know, who is Hope? Outside of what you do, who is Hope?
Hope is a chef and a waitress.
No, that's what you do. Don't tell me what you do. Who is Hope outside what you do?
Hope is an outgoing girl. She's a very hardworking girl and a very open-minded person. By when I mean open-minded, I mean and I'm one person who doesn't entertain. Unikose, me, I'll tell you. There's no need to pelekane hivi and everything. I'm one person who fights for rights because where I grew up, I had to. I had to be one who is courageous, one who is monitoring people and telling them what you're doing is right, what you're doing is wrong. As much as I was still learning, I had to grow up very fast because I have others behind me. I have others when you're koju, but still I find myself very unique. Very unique, yeah.
Tell me about your childhood.
So, it wasn't easy. I grew up with so many siblings, brought up...
Where were you born? Like, location?
If I say I don't know, is it wrong?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
But I grew up in Kitengela. That's home. Yeah.
Kitengela ni kubwa, my friend.
Kitengela place inaitwa Korompoi.
Oh.
Yeah. Isinya. Yeah, so being brought up with so many different people, people who have different dreams, people who have different ideas about life and everything, my childhood wasn't easy because mental health ilianza kitambo. Not just when I grew up, but hadi my childhood, because I felt like I wasn't understood. They didn't understand me that I'm not sharp nikiwa shule. Mi niko sharp kivyangu. I'll do my things on my own and bring it to light. But the fact that I wasn't given that space, the fact that I wasn't given that opportunity, I guess it hurts. Yeah.
Wow. What fond memory do you have of your childhood? Just one. Do you have any memory? Ama zote ni mbaya?
No, I have one. My sisters. Tukiwa wadogo, when my mom, my aunties used to cook chapo for us, tulikuwa tunaambiana kama utaweka nusu kwa kitanda, chini ya kitanda, like hapo kwa blanketi, usiku tukikula usituombe. It was really fun because lazima ungeke hiyo chapo nusu. Ndio usiku if my sisters eat, hata wewe unakula. It was really fun.
Okay. Do you mind sharing how old you are?
Yes. I'm 22, turning 23 this year.
22, turning 23. Wow. Okay. And you're still in school?
Yes, and I'm still in school.
Studying?
Culinary arts. Yes.
Why?
Funny thing, when I was a young girl, when ungeniuliza what do you want to become, I didn't mention being a doctor, a nurse, a pilot. I will say a baker. And iyo kutaka tu kujua kubake. So nilisema why not fulfill it. Yet I love baking, I love cooking. So yeah.
Wow. Hey. Hey. Sasa now cause nataka kupeleka polepole ndo nikifika huko hivyo kwa vitu ngumu at least tukue tumepita hii side ingine. When you said you grew up with many people, tell me more.
I grew up in a children's home. I lost my parents when I was 3 days old. And not actually losing, but I don't know who my parents are, like my real parents. So that's where I grew up, in a children's home. I was taken in. The name is Open Hand Children's Home. And that's where I grew up with so many siblings. Yeah. Have
you ever gotten into any relationship?
Yes.
Are you in one right now?
No.
Why?
For the past 3 years.
Why?
Because no, it's because I find myself not interested.
Interested? It's an interesting take.
I find myself mi ni ule mtu najiambianga if I be in a relationship huyo mtu hatanielewa. Hataelewa what I want. Hataelewa that I not only need a partner, I need a best friend.
How many relationships have you been in to come to that conclusion?
1.
So all men are the same to you?
To me, yes. All men are the same.
So tukikaa hapa tukiongea tu unaona tu huyo mtu wako mwenye uliacha. Ama ni nini nimesema ukweli ama ni wewe? Wow, that's okay, I was not expecting to ask that question, but it's an interesting take.
Yeah. And the fact that after being in that relationship, after my mom found out, she really beat me. Yeah.
So is it from the context of that person, or is it from the I'm just looking at that situation as trauma? That's just trauma. Because if you were beaten because you were in that relationship instead of, and I think this is one thing parents should change. From the context of trying to shun someone by beating them to stop being in a relationship.
No, I don't blame my mom. You know why? Because
let me explain. Allow me to finish my statement first. I'm talking about the now parents. From the context of you can't, the moment, I don't know if you know this, but as human beings, the reason as to why Adam and Eve sinned was because specifically Eve aliconvinciwa kwa nini umeambiwa usifanye.
True.
The thing that we're told not to do is the thing that we actually now want to do. So now as parents, I think we need to come to that point of taking a child through a season of understanding. Okay, the reality kwa ground ni either whether they want to or not, you will still get into a relationship.
Yeah,
so now the fact is they can either guide you through understanding what a woman is, because the Bible never said he who finds a girlfriend. It said he who finds a wife.
Yeah.
So which means you have to be a wife in practice before you are a wife.
Yeah.
So understanding that, I don't know why. Maybe they don't know better, so they can't do better. But taking children through that season of, okay, so there's this point, utafika, ukianza adole, there's this you'll be attracted to.
Yeah.
Boys, or boys will be attracted to
girls.
Yeah. So, and if something happens, this is how you should navigate. You get?
Yeah.
Instead of like, nisikupate na sijui nini. And then at the end of it, unapatikana tu nae. Yeah. Because I don't see any solution from the context of beating someone, because hata mimi nimechapwa ile serious. Beating someone just to make them stop seeing another person. Yeah. You get it now fuels that desire. Sasa juu umenichapa sasa ndio nitafanya. Umeshaichapwa juu ya kitu hujafanya?
Hapana.
Haujaichapwa juu ya kitu hujafanya? Mimi nimechapwa juu ya vitu sijafanya. Nimeekelewa. Ni waisa nifanya. So nikasema si tafadhali ningefanya. Yeah. So you are saying something about your mother.
Yes. I was saying I don't blame her. You know why? Because mamangu alinichapa because that wasn't my class.
Which class?
He was just a boy. He was just...
How old were you then?
19.
How old was he?
20.
How would you know what his class is? if he hasn't even matured to that point of being his full potential?
I think it's because unaona ile ya mzazi anajua penye ametoka.
So that's imposing trauma.
And then he used to do drugs.
Okay, so that's another thing. Lakini si story ya class. Hapo ukiongea kwa story ya class au tutaanza kuongea sasa. Because especially, if someone, let's say, if someone is older, hiyo ni story ingine. But if 20 years old, they've not even finished university. Sindio?
Yeah.
Alikuwa ameingia hata uni kweli.
Alikuwa
but hajamaliza uni. So you can't really know who he's going to be. In 10 years time he might be the president. And then sasa utapata unakaa chini sasa unaambia akimama ona sasa. Yaani ningekuwa hapo kama first lady. So, but that's a story for another time. Yeah. So now, speaking about before we even reach the foundation part, I think the question I would love to ask is this. Do you love yourself?
Yes.
How do you know you love yourself?
I'll do everything for myself.
What does that mean?
If I want something for myself, I'll get it. Ata ikue milima na mabonde aje. I'll still get it. But I questioned myself a lot last year because I did a lot for someone until I forgot about myself. Mi ungeniuliza last year what I love. Ningekwambia tu kupika, but it's not only kupika. There is more. Yeah. So I focused so much on them. I forgot about myself. And that's one thing I'm learning to forgive myself about.
Wow. How do you deal with rejection?
Ooh. Wow. Rejection is actually one of the biggest reasons why I was in a very bad state of mental health. Yes. And how I dealt with it, I cried. I was diagnosed with mild depression, gastritis, because I felt like haifai kuwa hivyo. Mind you, I had given my all to that friendship. I had done everything. And when I mean everything, they would call me any time of the day and I will show up to any location they wanted me to show up.
Nice. Nilikuwa ubayao.
Nilikuwa wacha tu. Yeah.
Umehil?
Sijahil. Yona ustadanganya sijahil. That's why I'm actually 2026 has really molded me a lot, despite it being the beginning of the year. And one thing siwezi taka tena ni that friendship. Nilichoka.
So you've this is a hard reality. I think this is now where because I've also experienced that. One of the things I think messes us up as human beings is especially that when you give of yourself so much, and then the king's table, you're dropped, and then you're paralyzed, and then now there's trauma when someone is coming close to you. You're wondering, okay, should I really let them in? They'll end up hurting me again, like this other person.
True.
And I think most of the times, most people don't realize that even personalities can change because of hurt. Like you can be an outgoing person and then you're hurt and then you become an introvert because you don't want to talk to people.
True.
You want to exclude yourself from situations and conversations. But there's a statement that I've heard before. The beauty about life is understanding that all of us will not get out of it alive. So all of us are going to die.
Yeah, true.
Now the boldness that we need to have is this. No matter how many times you've been hurt, do you have the boldness to still get into it again?
Personally, no.
I think that's one thing we need to because think about it, from the Christian perspective, if there's a way we could feel God's heart, right? Just Christ kukuja, like John chapter 1, like he came to his own and his own received him not. Like anikuja kwa watu wake akasema, by the way, si hatukutambui. And he's the creator. He's created you and you are denying him. But he still continued up to the point of dying for us. Yeah. There's a point where I think it's a prostitute that was washing Jesus' feet and crying at the same time. And Jesus said something. He who is forgiven little loves little, and he who is forgiven much loves much. When you understand the concept of love, it stops being about the receiving side. Because I think sisi tukiumizwa, sasa it has to be, if I'm not receiving it, I'm tired of giving. You've given and you're hurt. So you're like, okay, me, if someone is not going to give me, sasa now me, I'm not nini. Because, you've given so much to the point of, hapana, wacha ikae sasa. But I think it's a hard thing. I'm talking like this, but it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing for you to understand that you've been hurt. For example, umeolewa, and then things happened. Maybe umechapwa, maybe someone cheated, and then you've gotten a divorce. Or maybe even you're just in a relationship, Dame, Charlie. And then moja wenyu akachita, ama moja wenyu akaogopa, mkagombana, mkaachana. Like if you had invested your time there, most of the people just stop getting into relationships. Tunakuwa kawa tu kama Andrew Kibe. We abuse everyone, we tell everyone. That's the definition of someone who's experienced trauma.
Yeah. Like
your whole personality changes because there is no need for you to invite people into your life because there is no benefit that it's like, it's easier for you to give, but ikifika time yatu to give, they are not hawaoni. Sindio?
True.
So, now, tukiingia kwa story ya foundation. Before you even created it, what are the things that prodded you to reach to that point of saying, hey, other people need? Because I'm thinking you didn't create it for yourself.
Yeah.
So what experiences led to that? Ni nini nifanyika zika build up hadi kwa hiyo?
Ni the fact that I was going through mental health. Bad mental health. And I had no one to talk to. I would cry a lot. Na insomnia yangu ilikuwa mbaya sana. Ningekaa hivi nione sunrise na bado nimekaa na nione sunset.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like just sitting down?
Yes.
What?
And ilifika mahali hata nikaanza kuumwa na mgongo. Tumbo. Nilipata tu mashida mingi. And I was like, I have no one to talk to. And maybe for me, I'm really grateful to God juu haikufika ati the suicidal part ati yes, as I want to. But ilifika mahali nikaona, if I'm going through this, naje mtu mwingine huko nje. Na hana hata yeye maybe mtu wa kuongea na yeye. Maybe ana fight on their own and they don't know what to do about it. So the idea of foundation. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your vision of the foundation?
To simply create.
Kwanza inaitwa aje? Tuanze kuongelelea foundation.
Foundation inaitwa Hope Mental Health Foundation. Just from my name Hope. Yeah, and it's simply to give people that safe space to talk about their mental health. And of course, get good therapy, advice, teachings on how to deal with that. If you're in that situation, how can I come out of it? I don't have to cry all night, all day. I don't have to stay and sipigi shower, sikuli. It is really bad. It is really bad. Now, as much as I was hurt, as much as I went through that, it's something sizitaka mtu aipitie. It's not something enjoyable.
What do you think? What do you think is the root cause of people going through that? From the point of your story, what do you think happens or leads to someone being in that state? Mundaka ni simplify. Okay. So things happen. Sasa I'll give you an example. I've experienced depression, I've experienced panic attacks, anxiety. Hizi ni vitu zenye most people have experienced, although some don't have the confidence of speaking about it. But one thing that I know is I reached a point in my life where I was battling with things at home. Nilikuwa home. I've served at a campsite for quite a while in Nakuru as a facilitator, team building, blah, 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 nini, volunteer. And then when I went back home, there's a lot of things that niligongwa nazo, like realities of home, things I didn't know about, nini. So, for quite some time, nilikuwa najifungia kwa room. So, nilikuwa hivyo pia, like from the context of unaletewa food, unafungwa bedroom, unachukua plate, una dishi, una stack plate kwa desk. So plates actually hata uzipelekangi kuoshwa, zina stack. So ikafika mahali siku moja I think it's my mom that called the other side, the campsite that I was serving at. Akasema huyu kijana yuko sawa. For like 2 months amekuwa tu kwa bedroom. Kwani ni shida yake nini? So one day I just decided, okay, let me just get out of here, because if I don't get out of here, something bad will happen. So just decided, I woke up, took a bath, packed and left immediately. Went back to Nakuru. Nikafika huko later on, that's when he's called Uncle Charles that got to speak to me about, okay, niliambiwa na your mom, something was going on, then I got to share, blah, blah, blah. But now, the reason as to why that happened was because of lack of authenticity in the house, in your place yenye nilikuwa. There are things that you know are wrong that are happening around you, but they are not being tackled. People are not talking about it.
Yeah.
So you end up now seeing a lot, but you can't talk about it. So you just box or you pack things in and they build up. To some people, it's gone to extremes where people have committed suicide. Some people, they cut themselves because they don't know how to deal with, because it's something that you're holding on. Because depression is holding on to the past, by the way. Anxiety is trying to take control of the future.
Yes.
So when you are in that state of depression, there is a lot that you're holding on to. You want to release, but now your channel ya ku-release ndio unashanga sasa iko. Sasa now people find different ways. Some people kill themselves. Some people take drugs. Some people now, even that guy that you're saying was taking drugs, I would be very curious to find out why he was taking drugs. But again, hurt people. So that's where I'm coming from, the context of that question. So what do you think was the root cause of now mental illness?
Venye umesema, like at home you see things and they are bad things, but people still embrace them. People who are older than you won't talk about them. People who are actually more educated than you are won't talk about them. They just sit and actually continue embracing them. So the moment I came to campus, I experienced a lot, because we are all brought up differently, sindio? So the fact that nilikuwa nakaa hivi naona homezi, ndo hiyo tena campus, ilikuwa tu nini kwa akili sana. And then the fact that I had a friendship that kumbe ni mimi tu I'm working really hard on, pia hiyo iliniweka chini sana. Now the fact that I experienced rejection, hiyo sasa tena ikanivunja. Hiyo sasa ndio ilifika hapo nikaona hata mimi am not okay.
Wow. But that's a bold thing to say. For you to reach a point where unasema yenyewe siko sawa. A lot of people deny that for a very long time. Another thing I can ask is, how are you diagnosed with mild depression? Who diagnosed you? And how did they come to that conclusion?
A therapist. Actually a friend who is a therapist. Now, I once called her and I told her, man, this is what I'm going through. And she told me, do this, call me tomorrow. And then I felt like, mtu anielewi. Si nimetoka kuambia, actually, I've been crying everything. And then you tell me I call you tomorrow. Kumbe alikuwa ameenda kuanalyze. And she sat and we actually had a meeting before she sasa relocated. And she told me, Kiki, you know what? According to venye uko, you're going through something called mild depression. And I was like, wow. Kumbe it has been happening, but ni ile ya sasa nilifika mwisho. Ile yes, I have a lot, but sasa kwa hii friendship, ndio, pew. Sasa ikaleta kila kitu.
And how did you get out of it? That mild depression?
I called an old friend, an old teacher of mine. He was a teacher in primary. And actually, he didn't stay like far away from us. So, alikuwa anajionea vitu ilikuwa inaendelea. Na alikuwa anajua. So, the moment I called him, I was like, it is now becoming worse and worse and worse. He talked me through. He helped me fight insomnia kwanza. Tulianza kwanza na insomnia. He will tell me, leo nataka ufanye hivi. Go take a warm shower. Go take a cold shower. And slowly by slowly, ata before I knew it, I was kind of back to myself.
Wow. So having someone that you can reach out to.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think people should do from the context of you have experienced whatever mental illness it is? What is a solution? Because like for your instance, your solution was you reached out to your teacher, former teacher, and akakusaidia. What is people's solution? People are going through this. What should be their? How should they get out of it?
I will say finding their safe space, finding someone they trust. Si ati singepigia my sisters, my brothers. I would, but why did I not? And then I felt like as much as Hadi, that one friend I thought would be there for me. Do you know what aliniambia? Utakuwa sawa. That broke me twice. Nando sasa ni come to a conclusion I need to contact my old primary teacher. I felt like since he knew kutoka nikuwe mdogo what I have been going through, I'm sure he'll understand. And it's nivo tu. He took me through up to today. He's still checking up. How are you going? How is everything? And actually for me to be here, I will say mostly ni yeye. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So how... Some people might ask, you're still in that process. What gives you the right to think you can help other people?
I'm creating a safe space for people. I have started a foundation for people. I have looked for therapists. I have looked for counselors. I have tried to analyze and make a calendar for the year. It's not just going to be a matter of just sitting and talking. We'll have events. We'll do fun things. We'll come out, embrace nature. So why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? That's usually a very huge question because a lot of people don't understand the concept of knowing who you are. Mi naonanga hiyo tunakwanga the root problem of everything. Because if you don't know who you are, then a lot of situations will impose themselves into you na zitafanya ufikirie hizo ndio identity yako, like trauma, mental illness and all that. So when I ask that question, what gives you the right to think that you can help people na we bado na heal? One of the things I've seen when you're talking is the desire to experience a side of you in other people that you never had experienced. So seeing, everyone has that part of of themselves in their head that if I just had this life or this experience, I would be at peace. Or if I had not gotten through this, or maybe this happened. So when you get to see someone else in or at peace because they've gone through maybe your program and all that, maybe that gives you fulfillment.
Yeah.
One of the things I was expecting you to say was, if not you, then who?
True.
Because a lot of people have a lot of opinions about mental health. Huku nje kwanza mwanaume akisema anapitia hiyo kitu unaweza tusiwa. Umeona venye Turfena, ni Turfena ama ni nani? This lady that ani hug mti. Turfena. Yeah. Turfena hug that tree akapatiwa mita na vitu zingine na akapana na president. How many men have tried hugging that tree?
So many.
Nothing has happened. Just to show you the realities out here and the concept of what culture has made life to be about, which is not supposed to be that way, but that's the reality. So ukiangalia, like for your instance, a lot of people talk about mental health, but a lot of people are not doing anything for people. You get, it's easier for us to come and have a conversation, but what are you doing to actually help people get out of it? And that being said, I think the next time someone asks you this question, you can start with that. Then, this is what I've observed as you're talking. Then head on to, God doesn't use perfect people. God has never. Na mtu atakuja aseme, oh, but see, Christ was perfect. Christ is God. So you can't put Christ in that equation. God has never used perfect people in the Bible. Like the imperfection is what enables you to be used. Because if you're perfect, then God does not need to use you.
Yeah, true.
Because if he uses you, then you'll say it's your own strength. But if you're not perfect, he'll look at you, and by the time he's used you, you will know that it is not by your strength. Na hiyo inakwanga humility sasa, ina humble mse kukuonyesha, yani nimepitia ama napitia na bado God ananitumia kufanya. You get? So God still delivers you as he uses you to deliver people. It's the same thing, the story of Paul. Moses akitake the Israelites out of Egypt. Moses alikuwa na issue zake mingi, ameuana. Yani just imagine kama Moses angekuwa na issue enzi yetu saa hii. Unajua angekuwa ameshafungwa ama ameuliwa. Cause umeua mse, na hujaua anyone, umeua an officer. Na umeshisikia mtu mwenye ameua polisi venye anafuata wangu siku hizi.
Anakimbizwa.
So umeua karao, and then umeflog wase, umefika to a point umejam juu watu wamekuongelesha, so instead of kufanya kenye God anakuambia unafanya the opposite. And all of that, God still uses you. Obviously there are consequences, but at the end of it, kama God amesema ni wewe ni wewe. Like one thing I've noticed is, umeshisikia this verse that says man makes plans, but it is God that directs our steps.
Yeah.
Or God's purpose
and
that prevails.
And I say it as man makes plan, God loves.
Naona sasa. It's very easy for us. And then one of the things that I've realized is, ukisikia God's purpose shall prevail, do you know God can burn down countries and cities just for one person to obey? So sometimes you might find a lot of people are not prospering spiritually, mentally, physically. They are praying, they are fasting, but nothing is happening. Do you know why? God puts answers in people. Wewe ukiomba, God ameka answer yenye unaombea kwa mtu mwingine. And if that person is not obedient, you will continue praying until the day this person becomes obedient. You get? How many years were the Israelites praying for God to deliver them? Jibu ya the Israelites was in Moses. If Moses, achatana na Moses, Jonah, everything Jonah did to prevent himself from going to Nineveh. And then akafika akifikiria, okay, sasa juu nimepitia hizo vitu zote lazima God destroy our say. And they begged God. They fasted, put on sackcloth, and God still forgave them. there's a statement I usually say, your obedience is directly tied to someone else's deliverance. Someone is praying, someone is fasting, someone is doing something, not waiting for you to be perfect, but you to obey, because obedience is better than sacrifice. You being perfect means that you want to show yourself and you want to present yourself as this is nimeacha kupitia hizi vitu zote. Okay, now you can use me, God. I'm now good. God doesn't wait for that. So kuna watu wanaomba sahi wanasema Mungu wangu tafadhali tunaomba tu, and maybe someone just needs to listen to your story to experience, by the way, this thing I can actually get out of it. So this is a huge thing that you're doing. What steps are you taking to reach out to people in that might be going through this or might not even know that they're going through it? Kama wewe, what steps 2026 are you taking so that at least wase wajue na wakufuate?
Tuko na social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram, and I also have a website. Na ukiangalia kwa hiyo website, it's not just about Hope Mental Health Foundation. Kuna nini tumeka?
I've seen them.
Like, is it PSD? Is it trauma? Is it GBV? You get? So where tu kienda hapo, you don't have to think at you, I'm going through this. Just tumekulistia, tuambie we nini you're going through. And then from there, we get a counselor, therapist.
So after they get a counselor and therapist, and then then what?
Then they get to safe space. They get to share, if that's okay with them. They get to share about what they're going through, if they need help. Yeah.
Okay. Have you thought of having a session? Umeshaona session ya nini addicts, like venye kwa movies inakuanga like a round table and then unasikia like a round circle.
Yeah.
Hi
like
guys, my name is Nini. I'm a Nini. This is it.
Yeah.
It also helps.
Yeah.
As much as it's not about being in the same WhatsApp group, we're in the same boat, all of us struggling, but it's easier sometimes to also be helped by, okay, let me explain this in a practical way. You're going through depression. For example, I'm going through anxiety or panic attacks. You have overcome anxiety. I've overcome depression. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you are still struggling with something, and I'm still struggling with something. If I don't humble myself to the point of understanding that I can be used, when you come and confess and say, okay, guys, hi, my name is Nini, and struggling with this. Kama nimesha overcome hiyo kitu una struggle nayo, if my only concern will be a selfish concern, which is, wacha mi kwanza nijisort. Hiyo story yake, wacha yeye ajisort. Or just looking at you and say, oh, by the way, I've been there. And I can help. And then kujuniambia, by the way, I've also been there. And I can. It doesn't mean that we are perfect, but it just means that tuko in a space where we can help each other.
Yeah,
you get? That's what fellowship and community is. Because one of the things I have realized, especially in mental illness and mental health, is the devil thrives so much in isolation. The moment you're isolated and then you're going through those things, it's very easy for you to dig a rabbit hole and just go deeper, like find new ways of even hurting yourself and all that. But when you're around people, no matter how much you hate being around people, when you're around, no, not just everyone, you can be in a club, or not that, but when you're around people who are also consistently trying to grow, something just changes. Something changes. Now the question is, are you willing to be put in that deep end of leading such groups? Because trust me, I don't know if you've realized that a lot of Kenyans love meetups, especially these days, like just random meetups. If it's walks, like runs, sip and painting, to closed session music sessions. A lot of people are going through mental illness. A lot. it's a huge thing. Even to Rufena, when she met the president, alikuwa anasema by the way, mental health is a very huge problem in Kenya right now. And the president actually concurred and akasema by the way, that's true. So that can be one thing. You can decide to host if you want to, by the way, because we have access to an event space here. You know, when I have now market. So we have access to an event space here. If you want to have a session or 2 or 3 or 4, yeah, you can reach out and we can organize. People can come, because at the end of it, if you don't heal, this is what I usually say, Pia. If you don't heal, you will use trauma as the filter of understanding who God is, from the context of mi nikiongea before ikufikie kuna a filter ya trauma hapa. So hizo words kabla zipite hiyo filter zitapita zinje kwa masikio yako, making you understand what I'm saying in your own perspective, not what I am saying. So we need to be very sensitive to understand that healing is paramount for you to also understand what God says when he says what he says. Because sometimes tumumia sana hadi atusikii. Mtu akikuongelesha, you listen from the filters of your pain. You don't listen from healing, from a place of healing. Yeah. So one of my highlights in this session is Aujalia. Maybe ni venye sijaingia sana deep, but thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for having the boldness to speak about what you have decided to do. The next 3 years, this will be one of the major subjects, because this year ni mwaka ya campaign. And a lot of people are looking back to the previous years where we've had post-election violence and all that. So there's a lot of conversations. Do you know, even after post-election violence, a lot of conversations were never had. People just kept quiet.
Yes, true.
So there's a lot of trauma that is still in people. People will have to face those traumas because we are going to another election. And the reality is a lot of blood is going to be shed. That is something a lot of people have said. And we have seen, because people don't want to leave power. You get? So now, as you position yourself, understanding how can I also prepare people to know how to handle such situations and such experiences. Because people will die, other people will get hurt, because people want the truth. And the truth comes with a cost. It never just comes like that. So it's your mandate, and it's a burden, I think, that you need to take up. It's 19 months or 18 months to election. And then after election, there's the season after, which goes to 2 years. Especially when people have, it's like Uganda and Tanzania. People are still going through trauma and all those things right now. So hii mwaka ni mwaka yako, my friend. So you just need to have sessions, have live sessions. I usually I'm not used to having like TikTok lives and all that, but I started pushing myself to do it, because I'm seeing the urgency of speaking live to people, because you don't know what someone is going through now. So you can have the sessions, have the lives, the events that you've said about. But this is a huge initiative. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming, by the way.
Thank you.
If someone is going through that thing that you have gone through right now, what would you tell them? Just look at this camera and tell them.
I will tell them that you're not abnormal. You're totally okay. And whatever you're going through, it's just like a lifetime too. And if you are okay, and if you feel like enough is enough, and if you feel like you really want someone to talk to, Hope Mental Health Foundation. That's what we are doing. Personally, as I said earlier, siwezi taka mtu apitie kenye nimepitia. So feel free and know that hauna kasoro. Uko tu sawa. It's just that you just need someone to talk to. You just need your own safe space. You just need someone to tell, this and this is what I'm going through. And yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing session. I don't want to have too much energy because this session imekuwa low key. So the King's Table podcast. I hope you guys have been inspired to get to reach out. Manze, hope I may get to speak live. She's been vulnerable to say what she's been going through. So what excuse do you have? Cynthia, what excuse do you have? Manze, like, when God wants to take you to the next level, he will drop the next level right in front of you. And that next level might be the thing that you're facing that you need to overcome. So have the confidence and certainty of knowing that there is a plan that God has for you outside of every single thing that you're going through. Have the certainty of also being at rest and in rest, regardless of what is happening. There's an artist called Pompey that sang a song, tamu sana, that says, they say I'm crazy when I stand at the window, smiling when the storm is outside. But they don't understand, in my mind, God has said, peace, be still. So regardless of whatever is happening outside of you, it's happening outside of you. I think our problem in Akuanga, we take the things that are happening outside of us and then we make it our reality in our heads. So if you can learn to separate yourself from the things that are happening around you and understand that as you're walking and you're experiencing life, you are not the things that are happening around you. You define the things that are happening around you because of the way that you look at them. You can see a season which is a tough season and look at it as, hey, God is refining me and I need to learn from this season. Or you can look at it as venye Google inatuambianga and all these things. So ladies and gentlemen, take heart. And see you next time. It's been an amazing session. Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully looking forward to seeing you again.
Hopefully.
And next time utakuja utuambie ni nini wewe chalia nikufanyia. All right. It's been an amazing session. Ladies and gentlemen, this King's Table. See you guys next time. Peace out.